bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? It's your girl Tawana, AKT, where everyone's be in the day, and I am back with another monthly reset. And we are officially in Q4, we are officially in winter arc, and we've only got 3 months left until 2025. Like, that is motherfucking scary. It's scary. But we are going to dive into today's monthly reflection for the month of September and kind of plan how we are going to start October, start Q4 with a bang to make sure we end 2024 with a bang. Okay? So if you guys see me looking to the side as per usual, it's because I'm looking at my screen to make sure I am, reading over my notes and covering everything I need to cover for this video. So apart from that, let's just dive straight into the video, starting off with last month's review / reflection. So as you guys remember from my last one, because if you haven't, you need to go watch it. This was the vision board and this was the quote for the month, which was trust you made the right decision and continue to grow. I feel like that went perfectly with the month of September because I feel like I was being very hesitant with decision making. Sometimes I overthink and try and make the perfect decision, but in life that's just not gonna happen. So that was to remind me to like just go with your gut, trust your instincts, make that decision and just continue to grow. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong, you learn from it, you go another direction. If you get it right, then that's a double whammy at the end of the day because you got it right. So that was kind of what the motto behind September was, and I think it worked. I think it genuinely did work. I feel like there were times where I was hesitant in making decisions, but I just stuck with it and just went with the decision and made it, which will lead up to my goals for this month and how we done. So I didn't do 4 uploads, but if you guys know from August, the minimum is 3, but the goal is 4. So I didn't get 4 uploads done. I did only get 3 done. I did post consistently on my pages, my personal pages, so that's TikTok and Instagram. Instagram I've been more consistent on because with TikTok I don't know what's going on. Like I just feel like I don't know TikTok anymore. Like I used to know that app and know how to like reach my audience. Now I don't know if it's because I changed niches or I want to post about different stuff, but I'm finding it really struggle to like grow on there, but I'm keeping at it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it's discouraging and sometimes I'm just like what the F. Whereas IG I'm getting the reach, I'm getting the engagement, so I kind of know what works over there. It's just pouring into that. The only issue I'm having with Instagram is turning people from viewers into followers. I feel like that rate is not the best. I'm still at 83 followers, which is the same as last month. So, which you can see I didn't hit the 100 follower mark on my IG pages. But I have been posting consistently, so I'm glad with that. I've also posted consistently on my blog. If you guys check it out, you guys will see I've been posting every single day. I think maybe I missed 1 or 2 days in the month, but apart from that, I've been very consistent with that. So we love that. Chef kisses. I didn't reach my 200 subscriber mark for this month, but I'm not upset about that because regardless I'm growing. YouTube is not the quickest platform to grow on, so I'm just glad that I'm still growing. I'm glad that I'm reaching my target audience. I'm glad people are fucking with my content and sticking around and coming back, and also reaching out to me on my social media pages such as Instagram and TikTok. So I'm kind of glad with that. Do you know what I mean? I did hit my 150 mark and now I'm on 153 or 154. I'll put a little screenshot up, confirm that, but yeah, I'm just happy with how it's going. Do you know what I mean? So upset didn't hit the 200 mark, but I'm still proud that I'm still growing on this channel. Upload my first blog post. I didn't actually upload it because I haven't even finished the website. This was a bit frustrating because I've never used WordPress before, so I've had to kind of like learn how to use WordPress and then like design the website using a template and kind of get it to a thing. And because I used to be a graphic designer, I have like a certain standard for my website, and maybe that's what's causing this to take longer, or maybe I thought this was going to be quicker than I thought and realized that it's more difficult than I thought, and now I'm struggling to get the website to the level that I want to get. Obviously it doesn't need to be perfect, but I feel like I want it to be, I don't want it to look like a B-Tech rushed botched website where people just like, what's this? I want it to look like presentable where people would actually want to stay and engage with the blogs that I post. So that didn't happen. So I'm still doing the website now. I'm still designing my pages. I have got like the homepage done, the About Us page done. I just feel like I need to do the products page and the blog page, and that's about it. And then just do the little final tweaks and stuff like that. And then the website will be ready. So that's going to be the goal for the next month. But we're going to cover all the new goals moving forward. But I didn't get my first blog uploaded, and that is why. However, I think I actually created 3 digital products this month, which I'm very proud of myself, and those will be linked in the description box. I created 2 Notion templates for people to use in improving and making their life more efficient, as well as I did make some wallpapers for my Etsy store, because I do sell digital wall art so that you can print off yourself and put in your house, as well as wallpapers for your phones and stuff like that, desktops. So if you guys are interested in that, I will link my Etsy store down below and you guys can check that out. It's all like motivational quotes, aesthetically pleasing to stuff, and because I used to be a graphic designer, I just like designing things, so I just started an Etsy store for that, if that makes sense. So if you guys are interested in all of that, I will link that in the description. I didn't take myself on 2 dates. I haven't taken myself on a date since August, and I'm kind of disappointed because like that is one of the things that I try to do to kind of like treat myself, if that makes sense, like take myself out. I didn't do that last month, don't know why. So yeah, but I'm upset that I didn't do that, so that's going to be something that's big in October. I drink more water. I've absolutely been drinking more water because my water intake got really bad for the month of August. No, yeah, for the month of August, and I've definitely drastically improved that for the month of September. So that is the monthly reflections done for the month, and I can say I am quite happy with that. Now we're gonna go over to the journaling part, and we're gonna have like a deep dive into the month itself and kind of like go through what went well, what didn't go well. So we are starting off with the monthly reflection. So for last month, the month of September, this is what I had to say. Even though I haven't hit all my goals, I feel good about the month of September. I'm getting back into my I'm getting back on my shit with regards to my habits and continue to work to achieving my goals. I had a tough start, but finding balance and organizing my time has helped me to focus on all the things I am passionate about, whilst making sure I complete my habits. So if you guys remember from August, I was struggling like hard with my habits. I just wasn't doing them at all, and I kind of made September the month where I get that back on track, and I did. So you know, round of applause for me for sticking with that and absolutely getting that done. But we are going to review my habit report in a second anyway. So the highlights for the month were I've made really good progression in work in terms of my experience, in terms of my knowledge, in terms of my confidence, and I can see it, and I think my job can see it as well, because they are giving me more workload, they're giving me more responsibilities, they're giving me more higher value projects to work on, and I'm just kind of glad that I can see that progress in myself, and my job can see that. So I thought I wanted to note that down, because I also hit my 1-year mark at my current position at the current company I'm at, so that was obviously another milestone as well. But overall, I feel like my progression in work is going really well. For someone who's been there who just hit a year, I'm well happy with how it's gone. I spent some time with the girls. I haven't spent like a quality time with the girls in a while. It's probably been like 2 months. So we did have like a little wine night or whatever. It was actually good vibes. I did get home drunk and my boyfriend had to come save me, but it was good. It was good just to spend that quality time with the girls and just like, you know, take my mind off all the stuff that I got going on in life, because there's a lot going on, do you know what I mean? I also got back on track with my habits, which, as you guys know, was a big thing. So I am so happy that I've got back on track with them. I've literally figured out and updated my weekly schedule, which I made a whole video about, so I will link that in the description and at the top in the corner. But it was my scheduling, it was just my schedule, and that being updated has allowed me to be more consistent with my habits. So baby, come and get a pat on the back. So yeah, really well happy with that. Another thing is that's been a major highlight for this for the month of September is meeting and connecting with new people. I feel like I have started to really tap into women who are interested in getting into the construction industry, whether that's project management, quantity surveying, building surveying, whatever. I feel like I have started to reach those people, and I've had a lot of girls reach out to me and ask me loads of questions about how to kind of get into this niche and what's the best advice and entry positions and what they look for and stuff like that. And I think I'm just so happy that I can be someone who can advise these girls on their career journey from early. I wish I had someone on social media who was like voicing their journey in construction as a woman, because it's motivating, do you know what I mean? Seeing someone doing what you want to do is always motivating, and I love the fact that they feel comfortable enough to come to me and ask questions. So hi guys, if you're watching, and I love you. Another highlight for the month was that I created my new and improved schedule, which I kind of briefly mentioned as well, so I'm not going to go too much into that. And I created, I said 2 digital products, but it's actually 3, but we'll take the win for 2 digital products via Notion. So one of them is a digital notepad. So for someone like me who enjoys learning new things and likes to tap into different niches and all of these good stuff, I need somewhere to write all of these down. And if you know me, I've got a whole load of notebooks for everything. I've got like, anytime I'm starting something new, I need a new notebook. And it's just a waste of money, it's just a waste of paper, it's just a waste of everything. So the same way I digitalized my journal, I did the same thing with like a digital notepad, where I have all these multiple notepads that allow me to tap into that same niche, but just add new notes to that notepad, if that makes sense. It's just all digitalized. So I've got stuff for my building surveying, which is for my APC exam that I will have to take to become chartered. So I've put all my knowledge and everything I need to learn, building regulations, approved documents, everything that I need to know in there. So anytime I need to go back to refer to these things, it's already on my Notions account in a digital notepad. I've got things for video editing, I've got things for graphic design, logo design, I've got things for photography, Lightroom, how to go on Instagram, how to go on Pinterest, YouTube, all of these things. Anything that I just want to learn is there. Click on the notepad and you'll see there's sections, like little chapters, you can say, where you click in and you just read it in so much more depth. And everyone adds notes differently, but that's what you do. You can put pictures in there. Some of them I've got pictures, some of them I've linked videos that I've probably linked off YouTube or whatever. And I really love it. It's just so efficient. So I can always go back to the source that I found the information, whether that's a link, a blog, a YouTube video, it doesn't matter. And that's what I love about it. It just makes everything so much accessible just from a click. So that's what I love about it. The second digital product that I did was a digital product of my existing journal. So I've created a digital journal for myself where I digitalize all my journal entries. That's month, daily, weekly, and monthly. And obviously you guys see how I use it in these monthly reflections. So I created a free one for you guys to use for yourself and apply it to your own lives. And you guys can add additional journals that you might want. You might want a sleeping journal, a dreams journal, you might want, I don't know, any kind of journal, and you can just start adding that in instead of, again, buying loads of different books to do that. So yeah, I will link them both in the description. I will be adding like more Notion templates into the future, so if you are interested, just let me know. It would do me a big favor if you guys could just leave some feedback. I'm very much appreciated. I've also left down below the vision board, so Reinvent Yourself Notion template, where I have created like a vision board of you designing your future self, with all the very important questions that you need to answer into as to who you want to be. It's not just for women, but guys can use this too. But it's just designing your dream life, adding pictures to motivate you, and answering deep questions of who you want to be in the future. Like what that person looks like, what's the energy they get when they walk into the room, what do they wear, how do they speak, what do people say about them. It goes like proper in depth. But I will put a screenshot up and I will link it in the description if you're also interested in that as well. Okay, so what didn't go to plan? So one of my goals was to gain weight, and I feel like my weight right now is just fluctuating like crazy. Like 1 minute I'm gaining weight and I'm near the 80 kg where I want to be, and then the next day I'm losing weight like a maniac, and then I'm on like 71, and it's just like, what is going on? So, and one thing I've noticed, I'm not eating consistently. Like some days I will eat 3 meals a day, like 3 healthy meals a day, and there's other days where I'm eating 1 meal a day. Like sometimes my boyfriend looks at me like, are you fucking crazy? Like how the fuck are you eating 1 meal a day, or like 1 meal a day? I don't know how I'm doing it, but sometimes I'm doing it. Like today, for example, I've only had 1 meal. But like, when I have manic days like today, especially like when I'm on site all day and I'm not in my house, where I'm working from home all day, and I can make sure I plan a meal, I don't end up eating 3 meals a day. So that's something I need to actually work on. But that's something I want to work on for the month of October. So I've decided I'm going to try and make like a meal prepping Notion template thing, just so that I can buy the groceries every Sunday and then meal prep for like 3 days, and then meal prep on Wednesday and for the next 3 days, that makes sense. And just to make sure I've always got 3 meals ready. I want them like glass containers. I know you guys have seen them on the Instagram and them TikToks with the nice glass containers, and they meal prep and whatever, because I would rather that. Like the meal's already there, ready to go. I just go in the fridge, take it out, heat it up, eat, go. Do you get it? If I'm going into work, bring it to the office, you know what I mean? So I kind of just need something that's a bit more efficient like that, because of how tight my scheduling is right now. So the next thing is prepare my content in advance. So as you guys know, I have been posting consistently, and I don't need to lie, so you can go to look on my pages and check. But what I've realized is that I fell out of routine of making my content in advance. Sometimes I'll just be on the train and the video idea or the content I want to create will just come to my head, and I'll just create the post on the train, or I'll just create the post like an hour before I want to post, and then I've not kind of rushed it, I kind of rushed the edit and then I posted it. It might have even done well, but that's not the point. It's like it should be prepped in advance, and I feel like that's something I need to work on. I need to work on like bulk creating my content, because spending an hour just before I post to edit, sometimes it frustrates me, because I'm just like, you should have sorted this out prior. You should have had this sorted out a long time. you shouldn't be rushing to get it done now because you're like, oh shit, it's 4:30, I want to post at 5:30, or oh shit, it's 5 o'clock, I need to post in 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It shouldn't work like that. Whereas like when you've got it organized and it's already there in your drafts, you just go in there and pick which one you want to post, the captions is ready, and then boom. I want to get back into the habit of like creating my content in advance. I usually create on Saturdays because my weekends are quite chilled and it doesn't take much to create these things. So yeah, so that's one thing that didn't go well. It's just creating it in bulk. So I'm still posting. It's just, it would take some time off my days in the week if I didn't have to spend an hour prepping for that content. It's long. Also, my blog page, which we saw we didn't hit that goal, is not complete. So that didn't go to plan, but we need to get the website done by the end of October. And I didn't hit my follower mark on social media, but however, I am happy with my current engagement and how it's going. And I feel like that video, you know, that one video that goes viral that puts you on the map, it happened to me before on TikTok. So if you've been on my TikTok page, you will kind of see the videos pinned that put me on the map, which kind of like got me a load of followers. But I'm talking Instagram here. But like the video that's gonna put me on the map, it's gonna get me my followers, it's coming. I can feel it. Remember this video, remember everything what I'm saying today. I can feel it. It is coming. Yeah, it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I just know it's coming. And then last but not least is the coffee dates. Like, as you guys know, I always try to get out of my house, try to go into a new environment, try and, you know, be in places that I like to be in. And one thing I do love is going to like a little coffee shop, taking my laptop, getting to outside to edit, to create some B-roll, and just, you know, being in a different environment. Like, it's all cute when you make your room all cute with your desk desired, but you know, sometimes you just want to be somewhere different. And I do want to take myself on a coffee date in the month of October. So that is what didn't go to plan for the month of September. So what did I learn? I feel like this one is a very important one because I knew this was important, but I didn't know because I wasn't experiencing it hands-on. But I've experienced this quite recently in the month of September, which is why I brought it up in this reflection. So this month I learned the importance of environment and how negative environments can have a massive impact on your life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I noticed myself picking up bad habits and traits, becoming more of a negative person and just lazy because I'm not surrounded by people with a positive mindset. It has drained my energy to the point where I started to procrastinate. Environments are so important and being in the right environment will better you so much. I live in a household that's not that positive, I'm gonna say, and the person I want to be is not the people I'm surrounded by, and that's just due to the cards I've been dealt. You know what I mean? However, I do try to make my room personally like a healthy environment, but yeah, the people I'm surrounded by on a day-to-day basis are not like that, and they're not the people I aspire to be like. So sometimes when you're just trying to like uplift yourself and you're in like a very negative environment, it can be very, very hard. Like, people who are in unhealthy or toxic environments on a daily basis, or have toxic friends, toxic family members, you will know that being around that person or those people every single day is going to have an effect on you. And I noticed it in the month of September. Like, I was getting drained to the point where I just had no energy to do anything. I was procrastinating, I was getting lazy a little bit, and I'm kind of like, what is this? But it was just that it's all the negativity I was surrounded by. So I have spoken to people about it, and I've obviously read it in books. I remember it being in the Diary of a CEO. One of the principles is that your environment is so important. It even comes up in Atomic Habits, and I think it comes up in 12-Week Year. Like, your environment is a big factor of how you are going to progress in life. And obviously, if you can get out of your environment, then get out and move yourself into a better environment, which is my goal, hopefully very soon. If not, try your best to like implement things. So for me, I've noticed what's causing it, and I just remove myself, or I put in my AirPods, or I go for a walk, or I go for a drive, and kind of just remind myself that this is a temporary situation. I'm not going to be here forever. This doesn't define who I am or who I'm going to be. I just kind of feed that positivity back into myself. But I also don't give that energy to people anymore. I just remove myself completely because there's no point. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to, it's not my job to change that individual or those people, but what I can focus on is me, and what I can do to make sure I stay positive, to make sure I stay abundant, to make sure I give off that positive energy, to make sure I'm pouring that into myself more than people leeching that energy off me. So that was something that I learned in the month of September, and moving forward and making sure all the people around me is good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what draining energy this month, as we just discussed, my environment and being around toxic draining people. Like I said, it's a generalized thing that is like my environment and some people that I'm around. But now that I know and I've noticed it, I'm gonna remove myself. You know what I'm saying? So that is last month's reflection done. We are gonna now move on to the new month. So new month's intention. So what can I improve for next month? So as we previously mentioned, it's usually things that didn't go well that I'm gonna improve for the next month. So meal prepping. We are gonna try and get like a schedule in place and try and get 3 meals in a day. I haven't wrote down 3 meals in a day, but I did put down meal prepping. So yeah, I want to get back into drafting my content in advance. I want to finish my blog page, stop overthinking the design, and kind of just get the website completed, up and running. I want to take myself out, so I will be taking myself out on a coffee date in the month of October. It's just finding out what weekend works best for me, and improving my sleep routine. I didn't mention my sleep routine in the what didn't go well section because it hasn't been dramatically bad, but I've noticed that I've got insomnia a little bit and I'm going to bed later than I usually do. However, I've only noticed this in the last couple days of September. It's not consistent, so it's not like totally bad, but I'm noticing it. So I want to get my sleepy girl mocktail back in. I need to get my chamomile tea back, and like a couple of these things that help me to relax at night. I don't have them in stock in my house, so those need to come back to help me sleep better in the night. So what are my intentions for next month? So I want to improve my environment, so make my room more positive, more positive energy, and just, you know, putting that back into myself, my little positive rituals or whatever, you know, just do things to make my room positive, to make me happy, to put me back in my zone. Focus on my new schedule. So if you guys haven't seen the video already, I made a video about updating my schedule because you guys will saw from my last monthly reset that I was struggling with hitting my habits, and I kind of fell off basically, but it was because I was following an out of date schedule which didn't align with what I've got going on now. I've now updated that, and it is so far so good, innit? Like, it's too early to tell because we're only in like the first week of October, but so far so good. Continue to improve on my daily habits, so just working on my daily habits in general, continue to get those to like in the high 70s and getting that up there, and then get back into a better sleep pattern. Obviously I just briefly mentioned why I mentioned that. So my goals for the next month, I want to try again and aim for the 200 subscriber count. So if you guys are enjoying my content and you are finding it useful, please like, comment and subscribe. It actually means the world to me to see you guys down there and engage with you guys. So let's get to 200 subbies. I am still going to work towards getting my first 100 followers on Instagram. Like I said, I didn't take it serious at first, but I'm taking it serious now, so let's go. I want to try to get to 4.5k on TikTok. I am on 4.1k right now, so that's about 300 followers, but I feel like I'm getting the traction, so it could work. So I'm being a bit ambitious going with 4.5k, but I'm confident. So you guys will see next month if it goes to plan. And complete my blog, as well as design another digital product. I've kind of got some digital products that I want to create anyway, so it's just about getting it done really. What will I do to achieve my goals? So I feel like for me to really achieve my goals is sticking with my schedule. Like the way I've broken down my schedule to make sure I cover all my areas that I'm passionate about, that scheduling is going to really help me to like really stick to it. So if I just stick to my schedules and my times, it should help me to like get in my zone in smashing these goals. I don't know if you guys understand, you don't need to see that video and see my new schedule because I'm feeling it. Like, it's making so much sense to me. Like, look at the smile. So, and how am I going to show up as my higher self? It's just basically focusing on my vision board, focusing on my why, and sticking to my schedule. Like, that is literally it. If I do those 3 things, I'm going to show up as her. So, like, when you start seeing the change, like, you know why. You know why. Overall, I rated the month a 3, and I'm going to tell you why. Because looking at my journal entries, I had a lot of low energy days. Even though like it wasn't a bad month, I feel like the low energy days had a great impact on my month overall. And there was more low energy days than high energy days, which makes me think that the environment that I'm in is actually impacting my energy to some degree, and I need to work on that. So I did give the month of September overall a 3, mainly because of the scores that I gave on a daily basis, which were not great. So we are closing the month of September and we're about to open a new month, which leads us to looking at my habit report. As you can see with my current habit report, we are not the best overall. I think I've actually dropped in rate because I think last month was higher than that. I need to double check that. But if you look at my habit report, you can see we've got waking up 7 a.m. is at 58.8%, which is, we're just gonna round off in this, is about 60, just under 60%. My morning routine is just over 70%. The drinking water is just under 4%. Night routine is just under 75%. Journaling is about 33%, and then reading a chapter is 43%. So again, I feel like these are improved from last month. and based on having a month of no habits being complete into comparison to catching it back up, I feel like this is kind of really well. You can see my strong points are the morning and night routines, but we need to get the journaling, the reading a chapter like way back up. Like I'm not even happy that they're that low, and the journaling I'm not even surprised because I didn't journal a single time in the month of August, I think it was, so that doesn't surprise me, but we are gonna make it work. So that's kind of what it's looking like overall, and my overall total success rate is 33%, which is 37%, which is very low. It's unacceptable. Like I said, if you read the book 12 week year, you need to be in that 70+ range. So like for example, with my night routine and my morning routine, you can basically say I am like well on the way to hitting my goals for that. But morning, water, journal and reading, right now I'm looking like a big motherfucking failure, and we got 3 months to fix that. This is what I'm saying. Like you need to go watch that video, come get your shit together, because it's not just you guys, it's me too. Like I'm joining you. So yeah, again, looking at on a daily basis, we can see for waking up at 7 a.m, my strongest days are Wednesdays and Thursdays with low 90s, but 0% is Saturdays. I can't lie, I don't wake up at 7 on Saturdays. I feel like Saturdays is not really included because I do allow myself to have a lie-in on Saturdays. I get up for like, what time I get on Saturdays? Saturdays I get up for like 9:30. That's kind of my bracket because I allow myself to have a lay-in, so that's why that's never ticked. So that could be a reason why it's kind of low, but I don't want to be getting up at 7 a.m on a Saturday. I'm just gonna be honest. Morning routine, we can see the strongest points are Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've never missed my morning routine on any of these days, which you can see is at 100%. And that would also explain why I have such a high rate for my morning routine. Drinking water, so again, I feel like this is wrong, and I've tried to look for the errors, but for some reason this is probably actually what it is. So my highest day of drinking 2 liters of water a day. Okay, so let me just make it clear. This is to drink 2 liters of water a day. This is not to say that I don't drink any water. So before anyone comes to me in the comments like 0%, I'm just not gonna lie. Like if I've drunk 1.5 liters, I'm not gonna take it off because it doesn't count. If I've drunk 1 liter, I'm not gonna take it off because it doesn't count. That makes sense. So unless I hit the 2 liter mark, I'm not taking it off. So you guys can see that I'm not the best at getting 2 liters of water in. But I feel like if I was to drop this to 1.5, I would actually smash this out the park because I usually get 1.5 liters in. But it's just that last 500 milliliters that I just struggle to get in, like, and I don't get why I can't do it. Like, it's a conversation I need to have with myself or with you guys. Like, someone needs to get on to me in the comments, like, what the fuck is you doing? But going over to my night routine, we can see my night routine is the strongest on Mondays and Wednesdays with 100%. And then journaling, I think my top score is 62%. So Tuesday is my strongest day, followed by Wednesday at 53%. And then we've got read a chapter with my highest day at 73%, which is on a Wednesday, followed by 69% on a Friday. So overall, looking at all of these, we can see like my strongest date is Wednesday, which I think I discussed it before. I don't understand how Wednesday is my strongest date when Wednesday's a hump day, but clearly it's not a hump day for me. That's probably when I'm like in my mojo, when I'm in my element, and it's just like, yeah, it's making sense. So that's my habit report completed and done, reviewed, reflect on everything, and I'm very happy with that for now. But that's got to change before 2025. Like by 2025, we need to be in the 70s for everything. Minimum we need to be in the 70s for everything. Like, I'm not having it. Unacceptable. So yeah, obviously you guys know that I started bringing in a new element to this video of kind of like what I'm currently watching or what I'm tuning into, and just kind of getting you guys up to date with like what I get up to in my personal life. So I'll start with the books. So as you guys know, I've got some new additions to the books that I'm reading or / listening to. So I completed the Ikigai Audible, so that's completed and done. It was a very good book. I'd actually give that book a solid like 5 out of 5, and I would actually recommend 5-star, and I would recommend like people to read it because it's like really deep, especially if you're someone who doesn't really know what you think your purpose is or what you want to do in life, or you don't know, you kind of got multi-passions. I feel like that book can really help you to figure out what direction you should go in. Basically, it also taps into like longevity life, and like how a lot of materialistic things and simple things like walking and daylight are so important, which is why I want to start implementing these into my daily routine as well. But currently these are what I've still got left. So the subtle art of not giving a fuck, I started it and I just haven't like been interested in it, and I feel like that's just how I am. So because I'm not like really interested in it, it's probably gonna be there for a while, but I will get it finished before 2025. But I've still got The Power of Now, which is still at 78%. The Power of Now I'm physically reading, whereas like the others are audibles. So The Power of Now, like I explained in the previous monthly reset, it's a very, very deep book and you kind of have to take pauses and stuff like that. But because I'm also reading, like physically reading, The Good Vibes, Good Life, I'm like really hooked in this book right now, which is, I think when I first started reading it, I was at like 1%, so I'm at 21%, but like I've been reading a chapter nearly every day, and the chapters are quite short, which is why it might look like I've not read a lot, but they are actually like very short chapters. But it's really, really good. I feel like anyone that's kind of like trying to improve and just better their mindset, this book is really, really good for that. But I am only 21% in, so I'll give you guys like maybe a full kind of review of the book down the line. But the newbies that we have added in is Please Yourself, How to Stop People Pleasing, and The Courage to Be Disliked. I feel like right now, this is me. Like, this is what I need help with. Like, I am a people pleaser, and I think that's come from me as a child. I've always just wanted to make people happy, and it's very, very sad to extents because it's like, what about myself? So I've started listening to Please Yourself, How to Stop Pleasing People Pleasing. I mainly listen to these on my car journeys to site because I don't like listening to music first thing in the morning. So these books really, really help me to like, you know, get some of this in. And the people pleasing one is really, really hitting the nail on the head with things like with myself. So I am enjoying that. I'm about 16% in, so I've been listening to that one more than the second one. With The Courage to Be Disliked, I found this one on TikTok, and I feel like it's very important, especially for like social media and just in general. Like, you can't give a fuck about anything that people say or think or how they view you. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I was once like that. So at one point I didn't give a fuck, and then I gave a fuck. So what I mean by that is, if you look at my old TikToks, like, I didn't give a fuck. I just posted and I shared my opinion, and it rattled some cages, and it was funny and whatever. And that's probably what grew me to 4K so quickly. However, I've been stuck in the 4K mark because I've been kind of been scared to be disliked because of the trolls or whatever. And I feel like I just need to get that I don't give a fuck attitude back a little bit and get back to posting me, like myself, like unapologetically being myself. And I feel like there's times where I am, but there's times when I'm not. So that's kind of why I've started these two books and I've added them to the collection. And I will give you guys a rating, obviously, once I've completed them, whatever month I complete them in, and I'll let you know. Saying that now, moving over to the movies. As you guys know, I have been watching Law & Order Special Victims Unit. As you guys can see, I'm about to finish this bad boy real soon. Yeah, I want to say I've got about like 2 seasons left, and then the Special Victims are going to be done. But do you know what's made it so juicy here? Is that, you see, Dick Wolf, but this is what I'm saying, this guy, it's the guy. He has like integrated, so before when I was talking about Chicago PD, where he's integrated Chicago PD into Law & Order, he's done it with another Law & Order, so it's Law & Order Organized Crime. And they're like proper synced because like their cases like proper and the storylines, because obviously I don't want to spoil it, you guys gotta watch it, but they literally overlap. So this is why you can now see I've got a new addition to like my series right now, and I'm on 50% of that because basically I started the new season, I think it was season 22 or whatever, no, I think it was season 20 or 21, whatever, of Special Victims, and it was showing like flashbacks. I was like, bro, I haven't seen any of this. This wasn't in the season I just watched. Come to realize it's a whole separate show. And I found out that it's organized crime. So now it makes sense. And then they link, and I'm like, yeah. So basically I've been watching them back to back. So what will happen is I'll watch like Law & Order Special Victims, and then it'll get to a point where they start making these flashbacks, and I'm like, okay, cool, I haven't seen it. But it's because that episode of the flashbacks is in organized crime. So then I will pause Special Victims wherever that was at, go back to organized crime until that organized crime crosses that bridge, and then usually I let organized crime go a little bit further after that episode. Then something in organized crime will flash back, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what's going on here, but I gotta go back. Right now I'm on Special Victims because I got to a stage in organized crime where it had flashbacks. I was like, okay, cool, I haven't seen this episode, so now I'm catching up. That's kind of how I'm dealing with those two right now. Law & Order's only got 4 seasons, which is why it shows it's 50% complete, because I've watched 2 seasons, I'm on the 3rd one. But obviously Special Victims has 24 seasons, so yeah, and I'm on like season 22 at this point, so But I'm telling you guys, if you guys love a little crime drama, NYPD kind of stuff, you guys need to tap in. That's all I'm gonna say. That's literally all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can see my face, like, you guys can see my face. Like, good fucking show. Even when I come off this video, yeah, and I start prepping for my bed, I'm putting the show on. I'm putting the show on. Just let you know. Like, that is how hooked I am. That is how hooked I am. Even if you guys have a new series for me, listen, I love a little drama, NYPD, Army, all of those, all them conspiracy ones with the presidency and all that. Them kind of shows, comment them down below and I will watch it. If I haven't watched it already, because I've actually watched a few box series now. So a little update as well. I've got a birthday surprise, because obviously, if you guys didn't know, my birthday is on the 5th of November. So when I do my November reset, you guys will hear me talk about my birthday a little bit. But one thing I do have, I'm excited for in coming up. It's not really a part of my reflect, but you guys will see it on the screenshot when I've uploaded the screen. My boyfriend's planned like a little surprise, little getaway. I don't know where I'm going or what we're doing. But he told me, like, kind of told me what to get in terms of clothes and attire. And it's in 19 days and I'm just like so excited. So I just kind of wanted to put that in, sorry. Let's move on swiftly. So the last bit, obviously getting the goals and visions page on board. So this is my vision board for the month of October, and the quote for the month is, be patient when becoming someone you haven't been before. And I feel like some of these quotes are gonna like repeat themselves or whatever, but I feel like for certain months, like this is what I need to hear. And I feel like times, especially when I'm posting on social media and I'm like working towards my YouTube channel and stuff like that, I get frustrated with myself very easily. But obviously I have tactics in place where I can easily get out of that mind frame. And I just have to kind of remind myself to be patient. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing happens overnight. There's no such thing as overnight success. Everybody that I aspire or I respect in the industry, YouTube, social media, it just didn't happen overnight. It takes consistency and having a good plan. And sometimes if you're still figuring out that plan, it's going to take you a little bit longer. And I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay taking my time on my path, on my journey. If mine takes me 3 years, it takes me 3 years. If it takes me 3 months, it takes me 3 months. That is just my journey. And I'm okay with that. But it's just reminding myself that, because sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck? Excuse me, come again. And then I've got to be like, chill, yeah, chill out. Yeah, do you get what I mean? It's not the end of the world, chill out. So yeah, that is the quote for the month of October. And kind of looking over the calendar for the month, what we've got planned. I don't really have much going on. Obviously, I've got a couple of friends' birthdays coming up, and I've got like a speaking event I'm going to. So I remember I kind of spoke about being around more people that's got a similar mindset. So one of my friends, she's all about productivity and she's all about like self-growth. She invited me to this event, which is on the 19th. So I will be going to that. Obviously, my Sunday routine is normal. My maintenance, I don't know, like stuff. You know me, I like to get my nails done, I like to get my toes done, I like to get my eyelashes done, all of that good stuff. Not really much going on. Halloween is around the corner, but I don't really celebrate that, so it's not on my calendar. But yeah, like the month of October is not that packed, but I do need to schedule a day when I'm gonna go to the coffee shop. We'll figure it out. But that is the end of the video for the monthly reset for the month of October. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for, you know, reflecting this month with me. I feel like I've been quite vulnerable in this series, so I'm kind of enjoying it. So if you guys are enjoying it, let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't checked out my series, I will link it in the corner and in the description for you guys to check out in your own time. And I'm gonna love and leave you guys until my next one. So bye.